Hi, this is Dr. Doreste with the Cranial Release Technique, and it's another beautiful, rainy, cold day here in New York City. But I had an interesting conversation with a colleague of mine, someone that I went to chiropractic school, graduated in December of 1985, so I've been out for a few years. And we were talking about practice in general and patients and chiropractic. And he was saying to me how after all these years, 30 plus years of being in practice, he feels like he's missing something and he doesn't know what it is as far as his practice and skill ability of helping patients. He said, there's something that's missing. There's a reason why people keep coming back and the same subluxation pattern is repeating. Now, for those of you that are not chiropractors, the subluxation pattern or subluxations are when bones in the spine misalign or don't move properly, and that's why a chiropractor makes the adjustment to restore the motion, to restore the alignment of the spinal bones. And I said to him, I know what you're missing, and it's not in the spine. And he said, what are you talking about? And I said, well, after all these years, you went down a certain path and I took a slightly different road, and that road led me to the cranium. And I explained to him, because as a traditional chiropractor, most of us don't get much training in cranial work. I explained to him how the bones, the 22 bones, never fuse for a reason. They never connect, they never join into one bone. They stay separate so that they can move. And that movement is vital for health and wellness and vitality. And for keeping the spine, pelvis, and the extremities aligned and moving properly. So when I graduated chiropractic school, I was very similar to him in our practice styles. We were buddies back in school. And we did a lot of osseous adjusting by hand only of the spine and pelvis. And when I started investigating the cranial work that I'm now calling cranial release technique, as you know, what I found was my need to do much work on the spine diminished as I perfected my cranial technique. Now, at this point, in May of 2019, if I were to see a patient, I would be working on the cranium only with CRT or the cranial release technique. And I very rarely, if ever, and probably never, would be working on the spine anymore, because what I learned over the years of my own clinical research was that the spine is in compensation to the cranium. And what I mean by that is that if the cranium is distorted, twisted, out of balance, the spine will shift and twist to accommodate for that distortion here in the head. When you correct the cranium, the spine doesn't have to be distorted, and I found that the spine is aligned better and moves better, and the need for me to work below the spine went virtually to zero. Again, this is Dr. Doreste with the Cranial Release Technique. If you're a potential patient, if you're having a health challenge, or if you just like to optimize your health, visit the website cranialrelease.com. Click on the button that says Find a Practitioner. Hopefully there's someone in your area and you can go experience cranial release. If you're like my friend who's now decided to join the program and learn cranial release in the comfort of his home or office, you can go back to cranialrelease.com. There's a different button that says Online Training Program. You can click on that button, Online Training Program, and learn about how you can learn the cranial release technique in the comfort of your home or office. This is Dr. Doreste with the Cranial Release Technique saying have a wonderful day. Enjoy, be safe. Talk to you soon. Thank you. Goodbye.